How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, guys. How are you?
Good. So, what's up tonight?
Not much, brother. Just got done teaching and training here not too long ago, and just getting home and trying to spend some time with family here.
For sure. We'll make this quick for you.
No worries. You guys are good. They're all entertaining themselves somewhere.
Oh, okay. I was reading on Facebook your girlfriend was feeling a little ill tonight.
Yeah. I think she's feeling a little bit better now. Her head was hurting her, but I think she just wanted to eat pizza. Once she got the pizza inside of her, she felt good, I think.
Good stuff, man. How'd you come up with the name Little Monster?
Actually, I didn't come up with it. When I was in Brazil, when I was 14. I was just visiting there and training with the guys at Shootbox, and there's this guy. I don't know if you guys know Michael Costa. He was supposed to fight on the last Bellator, but he got injured. He's supposed to fight Lion Good, but he gave me the name Monstrinho in Portuguese, which means little monster in English. And I was 14 at the time, and I was training with all the older guys. So that's how it came about. I actually maybe before September, I was contemplating on changing the name and just coming up with a new one, but it's there. I don't know what to come up with. I'm not gonna come up with my own nickname.
Right.
But it's I don't know. It's there until somebody else comes up with a better one, I guess.
For sure. So how'd you get your start in mixed martial arts?
Well, I started wrestling when I was 14 in junior high, and then soon after that, my first year, I met a guy named Rich, whose son wrestled on the same team, and he owned a jiu-jitsu gym, and he had a couple of MMA fighters in there. So I went over to his gym and I trained a little bit there with them, and I fell in love with jiu-jitsu. I thought it was really cool, and then I started watching a lot of the Pride fights and a lot of the old school UFC fights, and like I said, I fell in love with it. So I started training a little bit of Muay Thai, and then about 7 months into training jiu-jitsu, I ended up visiting Brazil and stayed there for about 6 months, and trained with the guys out there. And I came back, and ever since I just kept doing it. I just kept wrestling and kept training Muay Thai, kept training boxing. And when I was 18, I just took my first pro fight, and just went from there.
Okay, good stuff. This is going to be a difficult question, but what's the difference between Wanderleis Gym and Extreme Couture?
What's the difference? I don't know. I mean, they're both MMA gyms, so I don't think there really is much of a difference. I mean, just the people that train there, I guess. Okay. I guess if I had to say anything if there was a really big difference, would be that Wanderleis is there most of the time, opposed to Randy not being there at Extreme Couture most of the time. But I don't know. I mean, that's just the experience that I had when I was there. Was it 3 years ago? I haven't been there in a while, so I don't know how it is there now. So I don't know if Randy's been there more consistently now, or I don't really know.
Okay, and how often do you train in a week?
In a week, I try to train anywhere from twice a day to 3 times a day if possible. But I just listen to my body. If I feel like I'm getting tired and I'm feeling a little weak, I'll just take a day off and sometimes maybe train once a day instead of twice a day. But overall, I would say I put in about anywhere from maybe anywhere from 15 to 25 hours a week, I guess. I mean, it just really depends on on the week and whether I'm getting ready for a fight or not. But at least I try to do 4 hours a day, maybe 6.
Sure. And this next question is kind of off the cuff, but what do you like to do when you're not training?
Play video games, hang out with family. Yeah, sure. Hang out with family. I like to play backyard football, but I hurt my hamstring the last time I went, so I kind of stopped going.
Right. And are we talking PS3 or Xbox?
Xbox. I don't have a PS3 yet. Maybe after this Stala fight, I can afford a PS3. I'll get me one. I've been wanting a PS3 simply for the Blu-ray.
Right. But, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, and I don't know, and Uncharted, I guess, is one of the PS3 games, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's another one that I've wanted to play.
That game looks awesome.
Also, what's sick about the PS3 is that online is free, where on the Xbox I have to pay for it.
For sure.
But
you had many injuries?
What's that?
You go ahead. What were you going to say?
Oh, no, I was going to say my favorite game to play is Gears of War.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's where I'm good at. I'm still trying to get good at the Modern Warfare. I'm not very good at that yet.
Have you had many injuries in your career?
I've had minor injuries, knock on wood. I just recently, in my last fight, was probably one of the more painful injuries, I guess you should say, or you could say, is my MCL. I had a small tear in the MCL. But I broke my hand training 2 years ago. What else? I broke my hand, my knee, all my bursa and my knee ruptured. So I had bursitis there for a little while. And I would say that's about it. I mean, maybe I've hurt my ribs a couple of times, but, who hasn't? You just, after you just tell you to go home and rest, really you can't do much about it.
Okay, now this question is about nerves. Do you ever get nerves before a fight? Like, were you nervous for your first UFC fight?
Yeah, I get nervous before every fight. But you know what's funny, man, and it's weird. I've been more nervous in all my other fights, except for the one. I've been more nervous for all my other fights opposed to the one in the UFC. The first fight against Justin. Yeah, it's a weird feeling. I don't know. Maybe that nervousness has helped me in the past, and I could have heard that I wasn't nervous for this last fight. I don't know. I mean, I had a hard time waking up and really getting things going. I don't know if you watched the fight, but like the first 2 rounds, it seemed almost like I was just kind of not there.
Right.
I guess in the third round, I definitely woke up and I was myself. I fought my fight. And I did what I wanted. Was I controlled the third round completely. I think had I woken myself up a little bit earlier, the fight could have gone in a different direction. But yeah, I mean, I get nervous, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. And obviously, you're fighting Amir Sadollah coming up in Vegas, Super Bowl weekend. It's usually considered the biggest show of the year. You excited for this? Man, words can't even explain it. It's honestly, it's a blessing. I'm happy to be fighting on this card, and I'm happy to be fighting the person that I'm fighting. Amir is a tough opponent and a really well-known opponent. A lot of people know Amir, and a lot of people follow him, and a lot of people like him, and so it'll be good to fight somebody with that kind of name and with that kind of experience, especially beat the tough winner. Yeah. So, now, did you ever train with him?
Yeah, we trained for a little while. I can't remember who he was getting ready for, but he was getting ready for someone. And him and his coach came into Wanderleis, and he trained maybe for about a month there with us, a month or two. We trained at Extreme Couture once or twice there also, and at Warrior, which is now Throwdown. And so we've trained a lot. We've trained quite a bit. Okay,
now Amir, he's had a lot of tough competition. He's ranked 5-3. You obviously at 11-2. Do you think you have an experience advantage?
It's hard to say. I think just alone in his last 3 or 4 fights, he's racked up a lot of experience.
Right.
Just fighting the guys that he's fought. I mean, just let alone the fight with Phil Baroni. I mean, that fight, that was a war. I mean, that's if you see any of my fights, I usually don't. I don't leave the fight looking like I've been in a war. It's usually I try to avoid as much contact to my face as possible. But Amir lets it hang and he doesn't care, and so that's really what I'm excited about, is to get in there and have somebody who just comes forward and doesn't know how to stop. It's that's going to give me experience in its own. Fighting someone who's relentless and who has no quit in them.
Now, when you're
going in and you have to cut weight, what do you usually walk around at weight-wise, and how much do you have to cut, the 2 or 3 days before?
For my last fight, I actually didn't diet. I just thought I was going to do it how I did it all through high school.
Right.
And just cut the water out, and that ended up not working out too well. I was in the sauna trying to cut 1 pound for an hour.
Wow.
So, and I showed up on Monday. No, I showed up on Tuesday weighing 190, and I weighed 171 on Friday. So that was terrible. I think I'm walking around 190 right now, but I'm not on a diet. When I fought Spirit Wolf and when I fought David Marshall, I was actually on a diet, and I got down to 180 about maybe 2 or 3 weeks before the fight. So that was a really easy cut. I think for this fight, I'm going to go back to the diet and start eating a little bit cleaner and really just I gotta really focus for this fight. I can't. Can't be messing around with any of the pizzas and burgers and stuff like that.
Right. Well, this is a big fight. If you can get this one, then that really puts you on your way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's talk about, I asked this question actually of all the guys that come on the show. Do you have any good street fight stories?
Am I going to incriminate myself here?
No.
I'm kidding. No, yeah, man, definitely. I don't know. I guess I had a lot of street fights, and they're usually because people wanted to test and see how if I was truly a good fighter or whatnot.
Yeah.
But I think the most interesting one was when I turned 18. I turned 18. And it was a week after my birthday. I got in a fight, and I hurt this kid. I gave him stitches, and he ended up going to the hospital, and he ended up pressing charges. So I ended up having to pay like $4,000 in fines, and that was an eye opener, and that's when I stopped fighting on the streets. That's when I definitely was like, I can't afford to pay for other people's medical bills.
Right. So you're not fighting for free anymore. That's for sure.
Absolutely not, man. I can't afford to break my hand or, let alone or go to jail. Who knows, nowadays when I go out and stuff, like, people who don't know that I'm a fighter, or anyone, who may think they're tough or whatever, they may have a couple of drinks in them and, they may push you or shove or whatever. I just smile and just walk away or just try to, befriend them, make them calm down and enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
It's not worth fighting.
Okay, this weekend there's a big fight in Vegas at the Palms. Who do you think will win, Bisping or Mayhem?
Mayhem.
Okay, good stuff.
Yeah, Mayhem's one of my favorite fighters, man. I love that guy. He's awesome.
Okay, we're going to play the name game now. Tell me what comes to mind when you hear these names. Spirit Wolf.
Okay. Wolf. I don't know. He was Native American.
Yeah. How was that fight when you fought him?
It was tough and awkward because I've seen a lot of tape, and I know that he likes to play possum. I know that if you hit him, he'll try to play possum and just kind of act like he's hurt to get you,
right.
To bait you to come in, and once you come in, he'll attack. And so I had to really look in his eyes, really. Like, I want to say a couple of times when I hit him, I had to stare in his eyes and just to see if he was really hurt or not. And
sure.
He's I expect it was, and it was weird because I thought he was going to come at me really, really aggressive, like he has before with Jamie Hara and all these other guys he fought. But he didn't come out like I expected. So it was an awkward fight.
Okay, Randy Couture.
Awesome.
George St. Pierre.
Pure athleticism.
Iron Mike Tyson.
Greatest that could ever be in boxing.
And the final question is Wanderleis Silva.
Mentor.
Okay, good stuff, man. Anything else that you'd like to promote on the show, as far as your Twitter, your sponsors, or website?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can hit me up on Jorge Lopez UFC. That's my Twitter. My Facebook is just Jorge Lopez. And, shout out to Von Fight Team and everybody who's been helping me. Also, Drysdale Jiu-Jitsu, all the guys over there who have been helping me. And STK, one of my sponsors out here who keep me fed pretty well. Jocko, Apparel, Nature of the Beast, and just my family and my friends, They're the ones who keep me going and who keep me in line, keep my focus.
Well, good stuff. I'm planning on coming out for this fight, so I'm excited to see you and Amir go at it, and hopefully we can touch base before the fight, and you can tell me how your training's going.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say, man. Come by the gym, and, if you want, you can even take our class, and I teach the 5 o'clock class, so I'll be there.
Okay, cool. Good stuff.
Yeah, man, so like I said, don't be afraid to come by and check out the gym and meet all the guys. And
okay,
thanks for having me.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon, man.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Okay, bye.